That's our startup tune until we get the official one put up there. It was free, part of the program.
Nice.
And you're here with Tango Talks with Angela and Tango. There. Who knows where it goes? So you're drinking iced tea today.
I am. It's actually not regular iced tea. It's cherry berry iced tea.
I'm drinking the cocktail that you introduced me to when I watched Godfather for the first time last year.
Oh.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
I think I did it right. It's got scotch.
And more whiskey.
Scotch, amaretto, and cranberry.
Yep.
That's what I thought. I think we were doing twists of lime or something like
lemon
that.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that scotch could freeze because I had started this drink the other day and we had to go to dinner or something. So I threw it in the freezer and I pulled it up tonight and it was foamed up to the top. It was like a scotch
sickle? Like a scotch sickle?
Scotch sickle or what's the
the snow
ice?
cone?
Yeah, like a scotch snow cone. I was like, ooh, that could be something we could sell. Could you imagine that on the sidewalks? What flavor would you like?
Snow cones.
We have blueberry, strawberry, and Jack Daniels.
That really is a good cocktail, though.
It really is. I don't know what made me think about it. So I was like, what do I want to add into here? It's like, I see amaretto and I see. So, yeah. So we're going to, so then after every episode, we'll just come up with a quick topic for the next one, right?
Yeah, I think we should say next week we'll be talking about, chime in, give us your thoughts.
Right.
Sign on to our whatever, or call in and, give us your thoughts on this topic.
I think if we can get call-ins and then getting people down here, I mean, even like having Brian Boss down here talk about, like
landscaping,
what things people should be doing in the spring to their lawns, and in the summertime, have them back in the summertime, and then again in the fall. I mean, just talk about
it's time to clean up. What should we be putting away? How should we be taking care of our bulbs?
Yep.
What do any bulbs need to come in? I mean, we know some of those answers, but then we could be like, okay, well, this is straight from the landscaper's mouth.
Oh my goodness! I think once we get this going, it's gonna be more of us laughing, or people are gonna be like, "Are they ever gonna talk about anything, or are they just gonna laugh the whole time?"
We'll probably just laugh the whole time, but it's fun, and some people will just start laughing because it's not anything so important that we have to, just be like, oh my gosh, this is what we have to talk about today.
Right.
This is how we're going to conduct ourselves.
Yeah.
And, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, there was a bus crash today and there was this many people who passed away and we're going to be like, oh my God, that's so funny. I'm talking we're going to be like.
Right. It's funny, not funny that you just mentioned that, because my friend messaged me the other day, and I guess there was a 2-bus crash up in Holland Patton.
Yes.
2 Holland Patton buses. I was like, what? I guess the driver died in one of them, I think.
None of the kids were hurt,
right,
which was good. I don't even know if there were any kids on the bus, actually.
Oh.
But I was like, when I heard that, because I had only heard about the buses, and, one of my programs that I work for is the children with special needs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, it wasn't a special needs. Not that makes it any better that somebody, had gotten hurt.
Right.
But you think about all these kiddos that are in special harnesses and in wheelchairs and stuff like that.
It does make a difference.
Yeah. Then you're like, oh my goodness, here's all these poor kids that can't, even move to try to get out of harm's way,
Right.
Yeah, so I was totally freaked out. And Joe said to me, he goes, no, it wasn't that. It was just a regular school bus. And I don't think there was anybody on the bus, but somebody did get killed. And I was like, that's That's awful, because you think about a big bus, you think that maybe there'd be like more of a buffer zone than, just being in like a minivan or your car.
Right, because I wonder, I don't even know what road it was on, but it must be pretty good to hit hard enough to cause a death, Because like you said, those things they're built like tanks.
Yeah, and they have like special.
At least that's how I remember being on the bus. I remember going on so 365 between Floyd and Holland Patton was concrete. So you know how you have those gaps between the concrete? So all the way to school and all the way home, you'd be like, and if you were in the back of the bus, the whole back of the bus would actually
jump.
So you're in the back, just like, it's like by the time you got home, you were like nauseated. You know what I mean?
I don't know. When I was a kid, I was pretty rugged when it came to stuff like that. Like I was like, I could ride in the back of the bus. And
I never got to sit in the back of the bus. We're always last getting on and last getting off. Every once in a while, on a rare treat for some reason, the bus driver would turn the route around and we would be the first off and first on. But then they'd get all these calls from the parents complaining that their bus was late.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
I don't know, just be nice to the kids that are always last on the bus and have to stand.
Just trying to be fair to the rest of the children that get on our bus. That's funny. I actually didn't ride a school bus until I moved up here.
Really?
Because my school, me and my sister, our schools were so close that we could just walk. So we used to walk to school.
When I lived in Rome, I used to walk to school all the time. But and it's amazing when I think back then, being 8 years old, 9 years old, walking 3 blocks to school was nothing. You know what I mean? You didn't think anything about it.
Right.
Now, even as adults, sometimes you think about walking a block to get to your car, at night sometimes, and I go to work in the morning and it's dark and, we got the big lights behind us. I'm always like waiting for a shadow to come up behind me as I'm unlocking the door.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's just such a different world.
Well, I couldn't even imagine being a parent and sending your kid off to school. Even with a group of kids, Like, I know I didn't grow up in a nice neighborhood, so when we walked to school, we had, 20 kids, and you picked them up along the way, It's like every other house was one of the kids that went to your school.
I'd want to be one of the kids that got picked up in the middle. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be the first kid starting out or the last kid ending.
Yeah, so you had this train of kids that were going to the same school, But I couldn't imagine, having to send your kid off now to school. I mean, there were creepers back when we were kids. Can you imagine having to do that?
Yeah.
Send your kids off to school?
No, I remember getting yelled at one time because I was one of those parents so I had 2 sons, and we'd go to the mall, and I had the little that clip that clips from your belt to their belt.
The little coil.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And people were like, they're your children, not your pets. I'm like, yeah, and I'm in a mall that I get very distracted and very quickly. And I'd rather, look like an idiot and be safe than, assume that my kids are standing behind me when they're not. And so.
Yeah, I know when we were kids, my mom always used to wear, she had coats with belts on it. So my sister would hold one end of the belt and I would hold the other end of the belt. And if my mom was walking and she didn't feel either one of us tugging on, or the belt was gone and it was too easy for her to walk, she knew one of us was missing.
Too easy to walk because your sister was going over this way and you were going this way. Like,
exactly.
Mom, going this way. Look what I found over here.
Yeah, exactly. We had 2 different thought processes, me and my sister. So mom was being dragged in 2 different directions, and if she didn't feel that on a regular basis, oops, I lost the kids. Or what about, we used to laugh all the time with those parents who have those little packs on their kids that's like a monkey or something, and they hold the tail.
Oh.
Or it's kind of like a leash or something where they hold on to their kids.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? I don't know. That's what I would do.
Especially nowadays, when I lived in Utica, and the boys would come up for the summertime. I mean, it was one of the first things I did was fence in the yard, you know what I mean, so that I didn't have to be out there with my eyes on them 24/7. They could be out there, and I knew that they were protected for the most part. You know what I mean? Somebody would have to come into the gate, and all that other stuff. You always have a camera there. I don't know. I don't know how parents do it nowadays.
I'm crazy enough with my dog. I couldn't imagine a little one.
We'll have to come up with some sound bites of Capone so we can throw them in the show every once in a while.
Like each sound will be like something that we go on to the next.
Right, Capone? You have to get his like little growls, little whimpers.
This little I. We're trying to decide right now what we want to do with him while we go away, because you know how I feel about certain situations, you know. So we've got a couple of things that we're thinking about and kind of mulling over, but one place I really don't know how I feel about going there, but the other place, you know, they're friends and they have a little pug too, you know, and that might be a good thing for him to be. The only thing is they also have kids, and their pug is not allergic to everything under the sun. So I worry about home going there only for the fact that he's going to come back to us sick, you know.
Are allergies common in the pugs?
Yeah, I think so. I think by the time
it's
their little snout and their. I think it's just their breeding, the way that they're bred. They're just like bred to have issues. They have issues with their nose, their breathing. Some of them, when they're real babies, they have to go in and slit the sides of their nose so that their little noses can stay open and they can breathe, and they're not having issues. Some of them have issues with their lungs and their.
I wonder what they like the original for the first pug look like. You know what I mean? Like if it looks anything like what they do nowadays. You know, we all know that a lot of these breeds are created. You know what I mean? People like a certain feature on them, and you know that's what they try to breed them that way. So I always wonder, like, well, what did the first terrier look like? You know what I mean? Because you know, some of these dogs, like I think terriers were bred to get rats and holes, weren't they?
Oh, maybe.
The terriers, because they're
like the little Jack Russells.
Right, because they're small like that. They're
Could be
vicious little birds.
Yeah, they are. Oh my gosh.
But I know. Like I've watched some of those dog shows, and I know they've talked about like you have certain breeds because they were bred to do a certain task. You know what I mean? So they were bred to either get rats out of tunnels or go after foxes or
they were hunting dogs. And little Capones were bred to please the Emperor of China, so that's why they were.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But how many generations does it take before you finally get? I mean, obviously, you know, cats and dogs, you can get multiple generations in a year. Not like you can with people. So I wonder how many generations it took before the Emperor was like, that's the one I want.
And how did they come up with that? Like, where did that even start? You know, like, you can't tell me that the pug was just the pug. Like, it just was like, okay, here I am. I'm the little pug.
Well, I wonder if it's like how they do with flowers, you know, so you have a yard full of red poppies, and all of a sudden one of them has a genetic mutation, and it comes out, and instead of being solid red, it's got white tips on it for some reason. Then you take that one and you try to propagate those seeds to create the same thing again. I don't know how that really works like that, because I was told, like with apple trees, you can't take a like Honeycrisps are my favorite. So you can't take those Honeycrisp seeds out of that apple and plant them and get a Honeycrisp apple tree. Which boggles me, because you would think the seeds would be the genetic copy of the parent it came from, you know? But it doesn't work that way. Every apple species that we now have came from one tree. So they keep, obviously when they get, they graft branches off of them to create more of them. You can't just plant the seeds. I was like, somebody told me that. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And I guess that, yeah. Well, I guess the Honeycrisp, somebody happened to be walking through a field or a forest, and the tree was there, and ate the apple, loved it, and that's how it started. But I just think like stuff like that is just crazy, So I wonder if it's same with animals. So, you know what I mean? You have so many litters of pugs, and one of them shows up, or puppies, and then one of them shows up, and the nose is a little bit shorter, and
the eyes are a little
so cute.
puggier.
And you take that one and you try to find another one that you can breed it with to create, and then out of that group you find one that's got maybe even a shorter nose. I don't know. I don't know if you can go in and I don't know if you can go into their genome and go, yeah, that's the gene for a short nose. Let's make it shorter.
Well, I mean, maybe nowadays you could do that, and they probably
Seems expensive.
do that. But you think about it now. There's puggles, and there's
What's a puggle?
A puggle is a pug and crossed with a beagle.
Oh my goodness! So it's like long and big ears and a short nose.
No, they actually look like Capone. They're just taller, and their ears are floppy.
Ah.
So they're still like, how Capone is just short and stocky.
Right.
And his nose, so puggle comes out more like a beagle nose, because how like beagle noses are a little bit more squared off.
Yep.
And they stick away from the face a little bit. So that's what a puggle looks like, is he stands up taller than Capone.
It should mix a pug with a poodle. Get a poogle.
A pugga.
A puggle. No, poogle. No.
A pugga. Yeah, the puggle is a pug and a beagle. And then I don't know, poodles are mixed with
a lot of different things.
Yeah. They do that with we just saw one at the parade, remember?
Oh, that big
Labradoodle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Labradoodle. Yeah. I love Labradors. They need space.
Yeah.
Because they are a high energy dog. I had one that thought it was a Chihuahua and tried to sit on my lap every night. I'm like, girl, this is not happening. You're too big to be sitting on my lap.
Yeah, but that's how it works out. Bigger dogs think they're lap dogs. My golden retriever used to do the same thing. Because I used to hold him in my lap when he was little, and then he got bigger and bigger, and then he used to sit on my lap with his feet on the floor. So I'd be sitting on the couch, and his butt would be on my lap, and he'd be like, well, because he was huge, so he'd have to lean forward and put his feet on the floor. I
remember the first time I ever saw a Great Dane. I was probably maybe 13 years old, and I went over to a friend's house, and their house was set up. You walked into like this kind of this opening that I think went all the way through, and then the house of the door was here, and then they had like horse stalls on this side. They had 3 Great Danes in there, one in each one. And I remember going over the first time, and all of a sudden I was like, woo, 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 woo. And I looked in this thing, I was like, I'm like, that's the strangest looking horse I've ever seen. And they're like, those aren't horses, those are Great Danes. I'm like, that's the biggest dog I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was taller than I was. It was just huge.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, you put saddles on those things? What do you do with them?
Some of them get to be really big. Like, you could put a saddle on them.
Again, is that like from selective breeding, or is that like, I would like to know, like, it'd be curious for me to find out, like, what are the original breeds of dogs? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like, where did they all come from to get all the mixes that we got now? I mean, now it's hard to say because they're so jumbled up. You've got Chihuahuas with long hair and
yeah. I
think they should mix Capone with a dachshund. So you get a long pug. With little short legs.
They have a Chihuahua with a dachshund. They call it a Chiweenie. Because one of the girls, no, I'm not kidding. One of the girls that I work with, she has one. And I said, what's a Chiweenie? And she said, it's a Chiweenie. Yeah, it's a, cutest little thing. It's small, but it's longer. It's got like Chihuahua features, but it's got like dachshund features too. Like it's short and little legs.
You ever see those cats that got the legs that are about 2 inches long, and they just look like a caterpillar.
I love those cats. I don't know what they're called, but they're so cute.
No, but you don't even see their legs moving. You just see their whole body like going across the floor. What is that? It's like a big furry caterpillar. Caterpillar. I do love it. I keep asking Steve, can we get one? He's like, nope. Once Salva's gone, we're not getting anywhere. But look how cute it is.
And I said to Joe, I want one of those, what do they call them? Bengal cats. Have you seen them? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Is it Bengal or Bengal? I guess it's all just the way.
They look like a tiger?
Yeah.
Oh.
They look like a tabby cat, like a gray tabby, but they have different colors too. They're not only gray, but they have spots on them. So they look more like, not like a tiger. They look more like a
leopard.
Like a leopard, yeah.
Oh, I've seen those. They're like, they're
big. They're
pretty big, yeah. I've seen videos of those, and they have huge teeth too.
Yeah, well, but they act like dogs. Because our friends have one, and the thing acts like a dog. Like he plays ball with it.
See, I don't know. I get nervous when you start bringing in like those exotic mixes like that. Yeah, you don't know.
Like, it's gonna decide.
How was that thing created? You know what I mean? What's it made?
Very expensively. They're quite expensive to purchase them.
But I have seen them though. They're beautiful, and they have a very unique growl and meow too.
And their faces are so their faces are very chiseled, and their eyes and everything, like they look like something you would see in the wild, you know?
But I've seen people that they feed them like steaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't need an animal that eats what I eat. If I'm buying a steak, it's for me, it's going on the grill. Have you noticed anything coming up in your yard?
I didn't. I was at my dad's yesterday, and I see that all the little snowdrops are coming up, and I noticed that he had some crocuses coming up on the lawn.
Didn't see any crocuses, and for some reason, all the snowdrops along the fence are gone except for one little patch. So I don't know if they're just
something eating
late coming up or something ate them, but our yard is a mess. I've got to do something this year. There isn't a single spot that doesn't have a hole. It is like looking at Swiss cheese.
Like the moles?
Yes.
It's funny that you say that, because we just noticed, we were out yesterday feeding the birds, and we noticed how many holes there are in the ground. We've never noticed like mole holes. Oh, because we're not on the air.
Yeah.
Are we? Are you recording us?
I'm recording, yeah. We're recording, but it's a test recording.
It's just a test recording.
We don't know what we're going to talk about.
We're supposed to be on air.
We are, sorta.
I'll have to edit that out.
I'll edit that out.
But yeah, we did our little walk around the yard yesterday and noticed that we have daffodils up. Are they crocuses that are coming up? The skinny ones? And then over here.
I haven't noticed any of them yet.
Oh, and hyacinths. We have dozens. All of our hyacinths are coming up.
None of my stuff like that, because you know why? It's in the back where all that stuff is flooding.
Oh.
So none of that's coming up yet. But the mole holes are ridiculous. I couldn't believe how many of them are. Because remember how we were laughing at you for how many you had and your ways of getting rid of them? Whereas,
we won't mention that.
Right. But we've never seen any holes like this, but they're all over the place. They're everywhere.
We found ones like this big, and you can see that they've been going in and out of because the grass is all worn away on.
Yep.
So, yeah. Not happy about that.
Do the crows eat them?
Do the crows eat them?
Yeah.
I wish.
They were playing in the water yesterday in the lake. I just thought maybe they wanted something to play with.
Lake Angela?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? I can edit you out. You won't be on there. Hungry?
You guys didn't eat dinner yet?
No.
Oh, well then maybe we're done with our show.
Okay, what time is it?
7:12. 7:12.
7:12? Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, we can.
Okay, so.
Because we were just trying to figure out, like.
At this point now, we could say, so next week we're going to talk about. Next week's topic is.
Google's antitrust. Or no, you want to do something else?
No, we can do that. I'll do some research on that because I really was not, I wasn't prepared to talk about that one today because I wasn't well versed in that.
I just think it's interesting. I'm sure I'm 100% wrong, but I just find it interesting how the government, how there's laws in place to allow the government to come in and say, okay, you got to sell this off.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, wait a minute here. Who am I selling it to? And are you going to control how much I can sell it for? Okay, yeah, I'll sell it. I want $3 trillion for it. You know what I mean? Or are they going to say, you can only ask $1 billion for it?
Yeah.
Who puts a price on it now?
Tell your followers that Party City's closing and so is Forever 21. They might want to know.
I think I've got our closing thing on here. So where is it? It's right here, about here at the bottom.
Tell your followers.
We'd like to thank our guests, Stephen, for being with us today. My host, Angela, for making me laugh, and our listeners for listening. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time on Tango Talks. At the bottom, any views expressed or discussed during the show are those of the respective persons and or personalities and not to be considered the views of Tango Talks or our host. Tango Talks is an open chat about what happens in our lives and around the Riichfield Springs, foremost, but also the world that we live in. Tango Talks is recorded inside Tango's Bar and Grill, located in Riichfield Springs, New York, and hosted by Angela and Wayne. I wasn't going to use our last names.
P.S. The bar is not.
To be on the show, send us topics, please call 315-801-9655 or email tango@22monty.com.
Until next time.
Isn't open to anybody.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Only our special friends.
Special friends. Mm-hmm.